hilarious.
Well, hold
he's
that
funny
thought
as shit.
because there's a comment here with your buddy Sabrina Kyle, and she says again because she's brought this up before. This is gross and is a great example of why women never say anything. And then there's an ellipsis.
Her presence is always talking. All she does is say everything. She talks way too much. What do you mean women don't say anything? All she does is talk. She talks more than she wrestles.
We just did another segment on women saying things.
She's too loud, man. She needs to calm down.
Either you do it or you don't. Here's your job. You want to keep your job, you do it. It's people like me who work in the wrestling business, the cream team. It's just filth, lies, and cheaters. That's the way that company has been built on. How would you like to lie on the bed and have me perform oral sex on you? And I said, geez, that would be great.
This is not family entertainment.
And welcome back to another episode of the Cream Team Podcast. We're just exploding. We're so much controversies coming out of everywhere. We got so many controversies. We don't even know what to do with them. And Zach's now started flexing.
I had to actually, in the same background, cut a promo for the show that I'm doing next weekend, and I'm covered in all this baby oil. I look ridiculous. I want to wash this off. So let's hurry this up.
You legitimately have a booking, which is crazy.
Well, I was supposed to be the most canceled of all time. I'm also training. Because I saw this post. Steve Brown on Facebook says, "Looking for a wrestler for tomorrow. DM me if interested." So I'm trying to get ready, Daddy.
Well, did you DM him?
No, but I hope he sees this video.
Well, I was gonna say, how much money is he gonna pay you, or what money you discussed?
It's okay. I'll pay my own trans. It's all right.
It was somewhere, or not even trans. It's like the compensation was probably somewhere between $0 and $20.
It's so many bookers nowadays are against paying trans unless you're bringing in their draw. The only way they'll pay trans nowadays if you're bringing in their Gangrel or fucking Jimmy Korderes for all you know.
Well, that's interesting because in Europe, trans is expected, which is I always thought that was funny. Like you don't get booked somewhere without receiving trans, but then over here, you only get trans if you're like a name talent or you have that kind of leverage like if you're flying in someone from Florida, that talent from Florida is most likely not flying themselves to your show. You have to pay for a flight and even a hotel.
Interesting.
So there's also a bit of a discrepancy where like the name talent gets trans, but the underling talent do not.
Oh.
So
pay your dues, kid.
Apparently you need to find a way to get your leverage, or you drive Gangrel to the show, just like me and you. We know. Sorry, you weren't in that car. It was just me.
No, I did that.
Were you in the car?
That was my last ride with Gangrel. That was awesome. And you know what's embarrassing too is that I never knew he had a relationship with Lucha Vachon.
Lucha
Vachon. And every time he'd bring her up, I'd keep responding with, "Man, I had such a crush on her when I was a kid." I didn't know. I didn't know. And then I realized, like, oh yeah, he was married to her, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. And
Lucha Vachon.
He opened up a little bit about the relationship. It was kind of interesting. Like, I don't want to pry into his private business, and I'm not going to definitely not blast it on the air. But
I wish I didn't say it in the car so much. I said it 3 times. It was a complicated relationship.
And also there was that where you were like talking about how much you thought she was hot.
Yeah. I also got a speeding ticket on the way there too.
Oh.
Which was cool because we got pulled over in the most beautiful part of the province. It was great. We were all taking pictures while we were getting pulled over by the cops. It was pretty cool.
So we've got
moving on.
We've got a lot to get to today, and we're throwing it back today. We're throwing it back. We've got.
What you got?
I don't know where you find this stuff, but there was this OntarioIndieWrestling.com. I've never heard of this. So
this is the original. This is like back when I was just like this tall.
Right.
Emmanuel Mello is the original photographer. Way before the Wizard of Id, the Gordo, any of those photographers nowadays, they don't respect Emmanuel Mello like he should. He started the Ontario Indie Wrestling Boards, and all the shows, all the results, everything, all the controversy was posted on these forums. And look at that that homepage. Look at all those wrestlers.
Well, yeah, no, there's definitely not of. I can recognize some people. I don't recognize most of them, but they're the older pictures too, and
everything's old. Can we just like, even if you just pepper in the picture of Ashley 6 with Corey Mason there? Look at those little string beans.
Wait, you got to point that out. Where is that? I still can't find it. There's so much we're going through here that I can't. Yeah, I know you zoomed in on it, but I gotta find it on here so I can. I'll probably edit this.
We're cutting that part out.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'll just edit it later. But I already saw the picture.
Bottom left.
Carter Mason, or Corey Mason, as he likes to be called, is much skinnier. And so that's nice to see that he's actually a wrestler that took the gym seriously.
And your response, seeing that picture, is like, he looks bulkier, which I laughed at.
No, I said he's been bulking.
Yes, I guess so.
It's true, yeah. So because he's much skinnier there, and now he's not that skinny. So I like that.
We got a little Warhead in there. You see Warhead right in the middle.
Is that Jesse Scott? I think I see Jesse Scott. You see Jesse Scott?
I don't.
On the right side, in the middle.
I see Derek Wilde kissing his wife, which he.
Well, we know this is pre-canceled.
This is very pre-canceled. Yes, ex-wife. I'm sorry. This is just a taste of what Ontario used to be. Mm-hmm. Like when Neo Spirit was in the PWI. Like they were in the top 20 written about promotions of all over the world, according to PWI. Like Ontario used to be on the map. Emmanuel Mello did this website when Ontario wrestling had stars. You see Sean Spears is in there. Mm-hmm. Cody. We got Cody Deaner back when he was Cody Wild. Mm-hmm. That used to be his name. Man, there's just a lot of gems in there, and it's my Pistol Pete's 60th birthday, so I'm trying to find pictures of him, to do a little montage, make a picture of him, and I went on this website to try to find pictures of us.
But they don't keep up with the latest scene. I see it goes. I think the latest is 2022 with Over the Top Wrestling, which. That's actually
it stops at 2014, less than 2014.
The last show was Over the Top. I forget what year that was, but
he stopped at like 2010, and then there's an interval where he did another update at 2024. So 14 years later, he's back.
He made his comeback.
Yeah.
And actually those pictures are kind of funny because considering what happened with that show, which is that it folded and never was to be seen again, but it lives on OntarioIndieWrestling.com.
It's funny to see that most of the people that think they're dedicated to the scene nowadays will look at this website and have no idea who more than half the people are.
I see. I see a lot better physiques in this picture.
Yes, right. No Matthew Grants.
And then we've got like maybe there's a connection between the boys having better physiques and the scene being a little bit more
a decline. Yeah, sign of the times. You know? Although I will make an effort to Photoshop in Robbie Hollywood in there. I will do that.
But can you just put a tan on him if you're going to Photoshop him?
Sure, I guess.
You've got another bit of news here. Now, of course, I haven't confirmed directly if this is true, but it was in the news. so we're going to talk about it just because it's interesting. TNA and Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW, are working towards an agreement that would see OVW become essentially a developmental system for TNA. Now, if you recall, OVW was the same promotion where the guy had the seizure because they botched the spot in the middle of the ring, and they just rolled the guy out of the ring. So this is the developmental system that's on the table to be feeding TNA's future.
Oh, shit. I never put that together either.
Yeah.
So refs, look out. You know, I would upgrade your health insurance plan. Just all you refs out there that work for those promotions.
And what's also topical is a bunch of TNA people were let go this week, including Tommy Dreamer. Have you ever worked with Tommy Dreamer, been around Tommy Dreamer?
Never, no.
No. But he's been in TNA for a long time, head of creative. And I mean, I guess when you're in the news, that encourages other people to come in the news, because then this tweet went out. And this guy, his name's Perch, I guess, at least according to his handle. And he's a referee in America, independent wrestling. And he says, Tommy Dreamer pulled me aside backstage at a TNA show, telling me he would do everything he could to make sure I don't earn a job in the wrestling business. All I did was try to learn and grow from experience. Through his words were very discouraging for a young student to hear. I'm guessing there's more to that story. That's what I'm thinking.
This guy doesn't even put his last name. It's on Facebook. It's just one name. I don't trust people like that. He's probably a piece of shit.
He's Perch. Is that 45? Perch 45. Maybe he's a fish. Perch.
Yeah, maybe. He's
a catfish. He's a catfish.
There you go. He's much better when he's battered.
But then also Matt Hardy chimed in. I guess he's still with TNA, and he says, because I'm telling the fucking truth, I'm one of the few that does. TNA is not being sold to WWE. There's only discussion how to grow TNA. So I guess all these things are part of growing TNA. So they want to hook up a developmental deal with OVW. My guess is maybe Matt Hardy's taking over and he's not friends with these people, and so he's clearing a house, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm only speculating, not having actually talked to these people, and it's just what's in the news. And I don't know. Do you have anything else to add?
I'm just reading more of this post because I'm trying to learn more. Myself and Jeff busting our asses, yada yada. Yeah, it could be sold. Nobody that truly supports it. I don't know. It's true. We've covered that clip, which I think is a major botch, a major boo boo, with that ref spot being knocked out. Super dangerous. Could have been. Do you put that on the promotion? Kinda, because it was workers that worked for that promotion. I mean, the workers should know better. Whose fault is it? But now TNA is associating themselves with that. So it could just be get really messy from here on.
And then what was funny is last week we recorded, and we talked a bit about Jimmy Korderes' transgressions and a bit about TNA and Tommy Dreamer, if you remember.
But Jimmy's going through it. He's picking fights with everybody.
Everything blew up an hour after we recorded, so we got to record it now.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think if you want to jog your memory, there was this referee Perch who Tommy Dreamer was fired from TNA, and Perch comes on and he blasts them online. Well, there was a post here with Mickie James. Mickie James came to the defense of Tommy Dreamer. I guess she's friends with Tommy Dreamer, because why else would she defend him? But there's also some claims here. She's
so talented. She's so entertaining and talented. He was always one of my favorites.
Here's a wrestler, Danny Jordan. She's I've been waiting for this. One time Tommy Dreamer insisted on doing a crotch grab spot to me in a tag match he was a fill-in for. This had no place in our storyline, but he didn't care to ask. I do not want to do this. said how comfortable I was, but I'm just woman, right? And
this is formulaic. You see
there's
what's
a-
happening, right? This is the cancel culture. This is how it starts.
it was just
It's a shame.
interesting. It was interesting how it came out because he was in the news. I don't know. It's kind of sometimes like if you just get brought to the forefront, people just immediately attack you, even if you're in the news for something unfortunate, which is losing.
That's
your
the
job.
only way. The way it's announced, they look up to you until you're slightly a villain. That shit when Tyson Dukes happened and everybody tried to do the same thing. It was a shame because everybody in Ontario, and they still should love and respect that man as he's one of the pioneers.
He's
But
in
yet,
that photo,
once
right?
a little news happens, then all this comes out. It's funny how that works. By the way, all those spots with Tommy Dreamer that they complained about, they still did. It still went through.
Yeah.
And what was your Instagram likes after? Did you post the clip? Did you get likes off it? Did you try to grift off it after? Probably. So don't try to tell me like right then and there. I don't care if you're green in the industry. You say no. You weren't uncomfortable then. It's a lie. Looking back on it, you thought you might have been. You should have been. So you're a liar. You're a grifter.
I mean, but at the same time, like you are also in that position that if you say no, you're going to get heat. And especially when you're working with a named talent, it does put the underling talent in an awkward position. That
Sure.
if it's
but guys like Tommy Dreamer are just like a draw. They're just like they're one time only. So what control do they have over the promoter?
And I'm not making any comments on Tommy Dreamer specifically because my interactions with him are positive. But it is possible for someone you watch on television to be a piece of shit. Just remember that.
All the reputation for the longest time of that guy being the most easygoing, most laid back, understanding guy and loving everybody. Right.
Absolutely.
So
and a huge wrestling fan. He loves wrestling.
But it only takes a week or two for all of a sudden like, oh no, by the way, he was also a pervert. But so he did spots you were uncomfortable with, but you still did. But there was nothing against him now or before that about worse things. Never beat a wife. Never touched you. Never touched people inappropriately. Like guys, no allegations had ever been against Tommy Dreamer until this little bitch referee and Jimmy Korderes started complaining. So,
but there's another post here. This was on the 83 Weeks podcast with Eric Bischoff. And he says a bunch of things, but basically he just says that he didn't think Tommy Dreamer was qualified for the position he was in, and that it's a good thing that TNA is making the switch. And I guess the rumor is that they're going to replace him with Road Dogg Jesse James, who just got released from WWE.
Oh yeah,
and I mean probably
opioids definitely make a clearer head for sure. Trust that guy.
I see. Sometimes you say things, but I don't know if you're basing it on fact or if you're basing it on something that you're not sure of, and you're stating it as fact.
Okay, here. 20 years plus, 40 years of Tommy Dreamer in the business. No controversy ever. We haven't even heard anything about him being on drugs. Wow. Here's a history of Road Dogg Jesse James. It's been public about his drug abuse and the amount of shit that he went through. So we're trusting that guy over 2 weeks worth of controversy. Tommy Dreamer has always had a clean slate up until now. All it takes is 1 week.
No. He did make those comments about Ric Flair and sloughed off that Ric Flair committed sexual assault on a plane on Dark Side of the Ring, and then he got suspended for that.
Tommy Dreamer did?
Yep.
So, but he didn't do it. What I'm saying is what he did.
Well, it's I think it's an ignorant mindset to have about a lot of things, and you factor in that he's in a corporate position. You know, with a lot of
he was in presence of sexual assault. SA. By the way, we got to stop saying the actual words on YouTube. We got to be clever, saying SA. He SA'd somebody.
Oh wow. Okay, so I'm learning something new all the
Because
time.
YouTube does the closed captioning automatically, right? If they see the words then they will either be flagged or will be in like they'll push away our video. So we got to start saying SA.
And we know about being flagged and having our videos pushed away.
buddy. Who are you looking at? All right,
No, not you. This channel. But anyways,
I can't afford any streaming services. All I watch is YouTube. I know how it works.
Well, so more about this Dreamer incident and this referee Perch, his allegations. Jimmy Korderes got really aggressive on Twitter about this
and
thing.
Fought everybody. He fought everybody.
There's so many tweets that were put out that we'd be wasting our time clipping them and posting them all, but try to keep it brief. I think basically he was saying that this Perch guy is probably just lying, and he calls him a little prick here, and he also puts over Mickey James, who I guess he's friends with, and we've got this Andrew Dice Clay. You're more familiar with this guy than I am because you're more in tune with the online scene. I only kind of know him because I see him on Twitter, but he's like I guess he's a
beyond a smart mark, just a wrestling social media presence.
Yeah,
like, maybe you can call him a mark. Maybe there's somebody behind it that I'm not aware of, but he just posts stuff that like more of a worker would understand and mark out for.
Higher intellect, I guess you're saying.
Higher intellect, absolutely.
So he comes in here and he says, who is Jimmy Korderes to big league anyone? What exactly was his 15 minutes? Dressing in a closet and then counting to 3 before getting fired because his dad was ill?
Right.
I'd rather suck a tramp's vest than dick ride a business that did that. Hey.
Here's a funny Mark Clark story about how he hates Jimmy. Jimmy would once the wrestlers would get to the bar, Jimmy's like, "Hey, Taker, do you need a drink? You want a drink?" And guys like Taker would push him aside, like just ignore him. Like, oh fuck, get out of here, Jimmy.
And you concluded.
No, Jimmy it was that guy who was like, shots for everybody. And you should be happy about that. But they're all like, this fucking Mark. Everybody was disgusted by him.
And it's like, obviously Jimmy's accomplished a lot. And like, he was in the main event of WrestleMania 24.
Congratulations.
Sure. But like, the reality is he's not a wrestler. And it's wrestlers that run the industry, or I mean promoters and wrestlers, but the referees are just kind of the admin people that kind of go back and forth. But this is kind of my thing. Like he runs this podcast, Ref and Rants, where he just rants about AEW booking and WWE booking and how they should have did this better and this I didn't like and blah 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 blah. But like he's never had any involvement. It's like, okay, you worked at the company that does it really well. I don't really connect the dots here, but anyways, that's my opinion.
How many other professional wrestling referees have their own autobiography?
Earl Hebner?
Exactly.
Earl Hebner?
Yeah, but he deserves it. Earl Hebner was in the Montreal screw job, so he was the most notable referee. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Korderes was one of the most narcissistic referees ever. As a referee, that's the problem they have with the chick at AEW is she's so full of herself, she makes herself part of the action. Probably because some of the boys like Jericho pushed her to do so. Like, get in there, get in the hard cam. But like AEW doesn't know what they're doing. That if you were with the Fed, they'd be annoyed by that. Jimmy Korderes was so full of himself. All the boys secretly have nothing but bad things to say about him because he was fucking obnoxious.
But it's funny, like that's a part of the business that's underrated or under talked about, where like the boys work the boys because like they'll tell you to do something like, oh yeah, it'll be really good if you do this, and then you go and do it and you look like a complete idiot or whatever, you know. And that's that's all part of the wrestling business.
There's so many referees in the Fed right now that you can't name them by name. You just know them by their look. Oh shit, yeah,
Well,
that guy.
But this is what I'm getting at. Like that's how it should be. Like, why is the referee a character that you want to get over? And
that's
popular?
their role. The golden rule is like,
yeah.
There's two golden guys to pay attention to working a storyline. Don't take away from it.
The ref
Go away.
is part of telling the story. They're not the story.
And yet Korderes wanted to be part of the story so bad.
And then started a podcast so he could be part of the story.
That guy annoys the shit out of me, man. He has a big head and he's spiraling right now, going against everybody off the internet. You post content and don't read the comments. Golden rule. And Rogan can't even follow that anymore, even though he preaches it. Don't read the comments.
Korderes responds to all the comments, and if you want to see them, you can just go on his Twitter.
100%.
But this one's actually funny. He got into it with Joey Janela. Well, I think Joey Janela called him out. And let's see what we got here.
And of course he has to respond, right?
Of course. Well, this is what I'm saying. And Joey Janela, I guess, knows this Perch guy. And he says, Jimmy, he's a better ref in a few short years than you ever were. Just be grateful that you lucked into getting that job. And Jimmy responds with, you caught me. I totally stumbled my way into a 22-year career in WWE. I mean, that is possible. I'm not saying Jimmy did that. I'm saying it's possible for people to do that because I've seen people do that. There's
only one way to find out. We have to bring Mark Clark on the podcast. Mark Clark brought him in the business after all. That's what he claims.
This is true. And Jimmy has always been jealous of him. I love those are good stories.
Yeah. So only Mark Clark can tell us the truth.
But it's funny
that's all he speaks.
because Jimmy is jealous of Mark, but then Mark goes on this rant that the Greeks are always liars. All of the liars I know are Greek. And so is Jimmy jealous or is he lying about
the funny thing
jealous?
about Mark is he's fake Italian. He talks Italian, but he's actually Scottish. So he's like, buddy, I'll have your head. He talks Italian, but he's actually Scottish. It's fucked. He doesn't even know his own roots.
But then there's a line here at the end by Jimmy. He says, good luck with your partner and your boat thing, which let's talk about the boat thing being canceled.
Oh, it was canceled.
Yeah. So
I don't know. It's like a lot of guys bitching on the internet, and the more you write, the worse you look. So, and buddy, you know me. I'm the worst example. I went on my spirals. That's why I'm kicked off the Ontario Indie Wrestling Group for 12 years straight. The more you write, the more you look at the comments, the more you get heated, the worse you'll look, and you'll never get booked again. Stop it. Just like be your own brand and just pay attention to your own work. Korderes isn't doing that. He's a simply internet man born in an age that isn't familiar with the internet.
Now, again, Gail Kim chimes in, and she says, well, it's because, again, Jimmy Korderes is claiming that this whole thing is fabricated by this Perch guy. And Gail Kim chimes in, it's kind of the truth. I see familiar patterns of behavior from my experience because she worked at TNA.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy comes in. Well, let's be fair. There is zero context here. And why would he waste his time preventing this kid who is not ready, a TV ready ref from getting work elsewhere? It doesn't add up for me. And Gail Kim responds, correct. I'm not talking about his particular situation. I'm talking about patterns of behavior that I observed for years. And Jimmy just kind of left it at that because he was scared to get into it with Gail Kim.
Because Gail Kim is a bigger name than he is.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's why did you have to respond the second time? Why? What's in it for you? It's all about your ego. You're like, oh yeah, but I know better.
Mm-hmm. And we got some more podcast controversies going on the Ontario Indie Wrestling Board. Of course, why would it be anywhere else? I guess one of our guys, Michael Elgin, is doing another podcast, the Wrestling with Mental Health podcast. We talked about them last week. And I don't know. There's like an ad here. I guess it's July 6th. They're gonna do it. And, okay, that's cool. So if you want to check it out, July 6th. And then in the comments,
needs the exposure, man. How many shows is he working?
Well, he's out injured right now, but Ryan McGarry, I guess the other podcast guy.
My goal now, because of him, like he's an idol. I want to go to Japan and get arrested for stealing protein powder. That rules, dude. That's awesome.
He didn't steal it. It was in his bag or something. I don't know.
That's awesome. I love it. It's actually a hilarious story. Like, you still get arrested for like 20 yen. It's awesome. Like, that's cool.
That's like that Simpsons clip when I don't know, I forget where they go, but it's like, you have to pay $2 American, and he's like, okay.
That's it. Oh, okay. Yeah. I always loved Michael Elgin. The guy is packed with stories. So no matter what he's just
wrestled
said,
a lot of places, a lot of people.
The guy is podcast worthy. So yeah, you should talk to him. Like, everybody should book him right now because the guy's packed full of knowledge. He's fucking hilarious.
Well,
he's
hold that
funny
thought,
as shit.
because there's a comment here with your buddy Sabrina Kyle, and she says again, because she's brought this up before. This is gross and is a great example of why women never say anything. And then there's an ellipsis.
Her presence is always talking. All she does is say everything. She talks way too much. What do you mean women don't say anything? All she does is talk. She talks more than she wrestles.
We just did another segment on women saying things.
She's too loud, man. She needs to calm down. But again, that's all she has to talk about.
But so this is it. Like, do you want to be more specific on what Michael Elgin did wrong, or are you just going to push forward?
No, he's just a bad guy. He got canceled once, therefore I'll always be against him. He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Plus, I hate Trump. Fuck, I hate her, man.
Yeah.
She's annoying, and she's also the type to include her political views in her posts.
It's always the loudest that never cease to amaze people.
I've said this many times. How are people supposed to know you're a wrestler? You talk about it constantly. You tell people about how you're a wrestler, how important your views and your experiences were. Sabrina Kyle was a nobody. Trust you me. Like, she started when I was like halfway through my career. And she was a nobody. And always a loser, man. But she worked hard when she was a kid and had the energy. Then she put on a lot of weight. And all of a sudden, all she was Facebook. And she is that to this day.
Did she ever wrestle outside of Ontario? That's a legitimate question.
Oh, probably not. I would actually bet against it.
But speaking of this, there's a lot of likes on that post. And one of them is D-Man, which I thought was interesting because D-Man's very much on the right end of the political spectrum. So
no, he's libertarian, bro. No,
that's right.
He's central. He's right.
Libertarian is right.
He's left central, bro.
Okay, well, I mean, his Facebook feed is quite the thing to go through.
You know what I hate?
He didn't do the Palestine show. Let's just leave it at that.
I used to make this joke with him all the time because he used to do this without knowing how douchey it made him look. And I'm like, he would say something to me.
Douchiness.
He would say something to me. I was like, right on, bro, right on. Yeah. Like a couple of years later, he got this tattooed on his wrist, and it makes me sick. It really sucks.
Oh.
And you can cut this out if I want. You should probably leave this in. Somebody sent me a dick pic of him, and it's him holding his dick, and you can see this tattooed on his wrist. And I was disgusted. I was so disgusted.
We're not going to post that on the podcast, but maybe are we going to get censored? You need to say DP, like.
It sucked. I was so fucking disgusted.
I mean, of course, I'm going to put this out there. If D-Man or Sabrina Kyle want to come on the podcast and talk about these things, they are more than welcome. It's up there. It's an open door here. But we're going to get to another podcast.
But that being said, I still love D-Man. I hate Sabrina Kyle.
Yeah, so this is it. Wait, being invited to the podcast is independent of our personal opinion. But yes, I like D-Man. Sabrina Kyle, I don't even know her.
She's a bumblebee of a human being.
Yeah,
she's an insect.
I think
she feeds off leaves.
Do you like Jeff Black?
I do. That's the problem.
I think I do too.
Jeff Black doesn't like me because I hate Sabrina Kyle so much.
Well, I mean,
he set up a ring for Mike one time, and I've always loved Jeff Black. I have such a longer history than I do with Sabrina Kyle, but because I make fun of her so much, he just looked at me like, "Oh, hey," and I was like, I was so let down.
You don't pick who you fall in love with, I guess.
I slept on Mike Atlantis' couch at the same time Jeff Black lived in his basement. And it was such a fun time. God, I love that guy.
But we got another podcast here, the GTA Wire. And
you thought our numbers were bad.
Well, no, our numbers are fantastic. You just like to self-deprecate. I don't know why. Maybe you have some kind of imposter syndrome going on. But
you gotta act lower than you actually are.
No, I'm all about being bigger than you are, or just being big like me, you know.
That's why I think this contrast is perfect.
We balance each other. So
that's true.
The GTA Wire, we got some this is their homepage. They did looks like they got a stream here from 3 months ago. This is 21 views. We got Rex Atkins Talks Easter, 4 views. Then that's just like his other podcast. We got Mark Shaw Talks Easter. He got no views. Mike Forte Talks Easter. Got no views. Ahmed Talks Easter. 90 views. Okay, Ahmed is a draw. But you wanted to get to this live.
I mean, just look at their profile. They're Funko Pop dolls. Okay, cool. I mean, just what I know through half of my career is Holden Albright, or is it Albright? Holden Albright. There you go. He was always known as the guy that would buy a front row ticket. Big guy. And respect to him when he lost the weight, but it's like, I don't know if it was super kicked, but it as far as when I was in the scene, it took like the longest, like most of my life, like 6 to 10 years for him to always be a fan. And then just like that, once he lost the weight, it only took like 6 to 10 weeks for him to become a wrestler. Then all of a sudden he's a veteran. He's talking like he knows the business. He's so familiar with it. Man, he's loud. He's so loud, and I owe so much to him. He's helped me out. He did me a couple favors, but the Vampiro, yeah. I don't know what this was, but Vampiro did a show through Jordan, did a lucha show at Lee's Palace.
Sure,
it was for a pilot for a TV show Vampiro was supposed to get picked up for. I went after work. I wasn't booked. And I'm the vet. I know the rule. Always bring your gear with you, but I'm in the city. Like, I don't have time to take a subway back to home and go back. So I show up. I just show up. All of a sudden, just like that, hey, can you wrestle John Atlas? And I go to Holden Albright. I'm like, drive me home. Drive me to my place. I need to get my gear. So he does that, and we have a great conversation. Like, the guy's deserves a podcast, but he shouldn't be talking like he knows wrestling. That's all I'm saying. He deserves a podcast. He's a lot to talk about. Either way, drives me to the show. Being caught up in Toronto downtown traffic. Don't make it in time. Rob Fuego will always bust my balls about it to this day. So,
the Holden Albright does you that favor, and then you rip him on the podcast.
I only rip him because the ego is ahead of him. We need to realize about that. I'm a piece of shit. I know wrestling, and I my ego is dropped. We need to start acting like this. The Funko Pop stuff as well. I hate the Funko Pop look.
If the Funko Pops want to come on the podcast, they are invited, and we'll have a good time. I think. I don't know, it's just my opinion.
Too many people talk, man, including us, and we all want to act like we have worth in this world, and the only way we can do that is talking about what we know about our experiences. So, according to the internet, if Sabrina Kyle or Holden Albright weren't as loud as they are, they probably wouldn't mean as much to this society. So, fuck you, Sabrina Kyle. You're annoying as shit. You need to work out more.
Speaking of loud.
Plus, I love you, Jeff Black. I'm so sorry. I love you so much, Jeff Black.
Ditto. Speaking of loud, we've got a match queued up, a match review. Kingsley is coming back.
I'm
because
sorry, man.
I think we were talking and we're like, is this girl really that bad or inexperienced? Because then this match, we got a wrestling Jody Threat. So can Jody Threat carry Kingsley to something competent?
Which I think is an interesting diagnosis, an interesting watch, because we all looked at Jody Threat as a vet in Ontario. And remember that botch she did in AEW where she just froze? She just froze and it just like kind of embarrassed herself.
She froze or she got attacked? I don't remember.
She was taking the lead of somebody else and got attacked. And then the rest of the match was just embarrassing. She didn't fight for herself. But then again, what is the one rule that every vet is learned? You got to fight for yourself. You got to fight back. Like she never did that. Like she just froze and like just expected the vet to take the lead. That's frustrating. You know, there's two people in a wrestling match, right? So yeah, the heel will call, but why are you not inputting anything? I'm not working off anything if it's just my ideas. So she showed her worth. Jody Threat's another one where like she was just around. She had a gimmick, but she just kind of like treaded water, never really had the experience in my opinion. And now let's see if she can carry or control Kingsley. I think this is an interesting dynamic. What do you think?
I'm more interested in the backstage politics, but I haven't heard anything otherwise. But we can check this out.
Women are so petty with each other. There's no backstage politics until they get on Facebook a day later. When they see them backstage, like, oh, that was so good. I love you so much. But then on Twitter, like, she sucks. She's a piece of shit. Her armpits were smelly.
Mm-hmm. Do you have it queued up?
Do you want to go from the start? Because the intros are very long.
I can do whatever you want. Dealer's choice.
Start at 2 minutes in.
Okay. When was this posted?
This was posted on Norfolk as well. This was 7 months ago.
Okay. So I'm at 2:01. You ready?
Yeah, me too.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Jody Threat looks like a wrestler.
Yeah.
She looks and acts
she's on some form of television. I don't know if you consider TNA television, but I don't know. I think they tape TV, but I don't know.
What I hate about Kingsley is her gimmick is being silly. She's just a goof, and she thinks that's a gimmick. But
she gets in a match with Jody Threat, and she can't take her seriously, I guess.
But it's entertaining, right?
Okay, so you lock up and went nowhere. Okay.
Well, it's the start of the match, don't you know?
All right. Let's see what happens now. Also, I'll point out we haven't watched this. You haven't watched this, right? I haven't watched this.
No, I have not watched this.
Okay. Looks like she's she grabs the wrist lock and she's like,
dances
prancing around like it's just it's there must be
that's
serious
how you
pressure.
secure in a hold, right? That's
I
right?
could say I've never been in jiu-jitsu and been prancing around the guy.
The problem with her, why I make fun of why she was dancing first, she doesn't know the
She's still
purpose of the
dancing.
move she's doing. She thinks it's all a dance. She really thinks I'll put it in an arm lock and then immediately start dancing. You should probably cinch it first and then get cocky. Like, it's so stupid and uneducated. Like, the ego of such a young person like Kingsley is going to tear her apart. She's going to have her downfall before she's 30 years old. Do you realize this? I relate to this.
Okay.
She sucks, dude.
You don't
She
even know
sucks.
her.
I know, but I watch her ego. She is a piece of shit. Like, her ego is way above what she's can accomplish. So she's an entertainer, but she can't deliver.
That's interesting way to strike someone.
Those are shitty clotheslines.
Yeah, that's
what
what
the
I'm saying.
fuck was that?
So much for wrestling. We've devolved into the actual spots now.
No, going through the motions,
The
right?
spots.
Oh, look at that big lariat, huh?
Okay.
Jody Threat does not have convincing facial features. Like, she's like, I'm happy to be here. She's not convincing. Like, she's a fraud. So she's stronger, yet they're the same height.
I don't know why. Why is she backing? So when someone's rolling out of the ring, like, you just back up and let her go.
Notice how she never once touched her back. She never once showed the audience where the pain was, right?
Well, they don't teach selling anymore at these schools. Okay, you got a drink. Why
Just
not?
act like you're in pain. Or what if the fan had a cold sore? What if? Nobody thinks about this stuff. What, you're just like, oh, I trust this
I
guy.
got cold sore.
A cold sore, yeah. It's contagious. The price they pay to try to act cool, right?
Now we're okay. Kingsley's doing everything she can to get out of this wrestling match.
Look at all those chairs. Look at all those chairs.
Jody cut her off.
Look at all the chairs.
When are we gonna get back to the wrestling?
No, look at the chairs. We should Photoshop.
This is the Clark show.
We should Photoshop actual fans in those seats. What is this?
Now we're hiding behind the fans.
No.
No. That was the cutoff. Okay.
So they're assaulting fans again.
Okay, cut her in the face. All right. Oh my god.
I mean, remember when the art used to be to make wrestling look convincing?
Remember when they used to wrestle?
Remember when it used to be a challenge? Now it's like, be phony as much as possible. And it's almost like Jody Threat has bought into it. Like, she's the phony.
Well, yeah, because, like, I'm guessing. Oh, those are interesting strikes. But, like, I'm guessing Jody's put this match together because why wouldn't she have? And
it
so
seems
then that
like
means,
it because
that means she would have told, like, okay, we'll run out to the ring, I'll chase you, then you jump in front of the fan, and then I'll move her out of the way, and then I'll get cut off. And it's
because the truth is Kingsley is a dancer first, so it really seems like mentally she's disassociated to what it is to be a competitor. Like, she doesn't have any competitive feel. She makes a pin, kick out, she looks at the audience and start making a dance.
I mean, at least this match has, like, loose structure, though.
She's a fool. All she is a fool. She's a jester. That's all she is. God, she sucks ass, dude. She really sucks, man. And no effort in the throwing in the turnbuckle. Like, that's all Jody Threat. Like, she's just going through the motions.
Okay, wait. What we got here? We got a rest hold. Maybe. Oh, Oh no, I got ahead of myself. She's kicking.
That's
her now.
so cool. Twist the arm and then kick the person, but taunt for 10 seconds before
That's
that.
how you get heat.
Very cool. Yeah.
That's how you get heat.
You know what sucks is that she probably called that. She called that as a spot. That's something that you can do in the ring without calling. She thinks that this is her signature move.
Well, she's wrestling her trainer, isn't she?
Oh, I don't care, man. She fucking.
Ooh. Okay,
She's billiards of suck ass. Like everything
well,
that is
good.
That's a good. That was all Jody Threat though. What a good bump.
Well, yeah, but
it was almost like the Hamrick. Remember the legendary Chris Hamrick bump?
Jody Threat should be wrestling herself at this point.
Yeah, but not if she's training a trainee. Not if she's wrestling a trainee. If you said that she trained her, is that true? By the way.
I think so. She goes to New Wave, right?
That sucks, dude. That sucks. She's awful. I mean,
she should get another beer.
I used to call Fuego on this all the time. He'd take credit for he preached the psychology, and I would always say like, so why does Vertigo do this outrageous shit? And he'd have no answer. Like he'd have no answer. He'd pause. That's how you silence Fuego. You challenge him on the people he's coached.
Well, yeah, but John Gree does a frog splash, so that's
he's a fat guy. Good bridge because she's a dancer.
The crowd's not really into this, eh?
There's nobody.
Well, there's
cheers.
That too.
Let's put some the commentators. If I were to talk like this and squeeze my nose, no testosterone in their voices, like all estrogenic little like I love everything about wrestling. Fuck these guys, man. I will take it back. Threat is her ring awareness. Her space is good. Her timing is good. She's slowing down Kingsley. I like that. Her strikes suck ass.
Oh, this isn't good. Oh, no.
Her strikes are really bad. But her timing is good.
Timing on what?
Space between spots. Like she's slow.
Well, it's
I bet
almost
you
like
Kingsley,
she's done these spots a million times.
But Kingsley would want to go faster because she thinks that wrestling in front of 25 people is something to be excited about. So Kingsley's probably like full of anxiety. So at least I bet you.
That's a good. So she did the move that Wanda Del Rey could not do.
Thank you. I was about to say that. She tucked her head. And did the bump for her. God damn. Del Rey, if you're watching, you're welcome to come on the program.
To talk about how you do that move.
What you suck at. You're terrible, dude. I mean, Jody Threat really does not like me because she knows on my old podcast I talk shit about her. I have a new respect for her work. Her strikes suck ass. What the fuck? What was that? What was that? Can we pause?
You want to replay it? Wait, we haven't paused much. This is good, but I'm going to replay that.
Never do a belly to belly if you're shorter than the other person. Those are not moves you can do. Like Scott Norton is meant to do the belly to belly. Scott Steiner, because he's taller than the people he gives it to. It does not make sense for a shorter person to be able to pick up something, human body weight, and turn it. It does not make sense. That looked like shit. You made it look like shit. You were going through the motions, and Jody Threat was so uncomfortable taking that bump.
But also, you should underhook her armpits and lift her up rather than just kind of turning to the side slightly.
Either so, it will still look like shit. Think about the moves you're doing. These people don't. One more time. Go back to 15.
Hang on. Okay, go.
What the fuck was that? What was that and why?
Okay.
You don't know the moves you're doing. You saw it once on YouTube. You lazy excuse of an entertainer. God, she sucks, man. She really probably is the most obnoxious female I will ever meet in my entire life.
We gotta get her on the podcast.
Yeah. Give her this. I'm sure her parents paid her to get good gimmicks. At least she has good gimmicks. I guarantee it was not from her own money. Don't silence me on that. I'm right about that.
A spear. Well, you're guessing. I don't guess. How much more we got here?
Why does everybody have to do a spear nowadays? Everybody does a spear.
Roman Reigns.
The smallest people. Matthew Grant does a spear.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, why?
Maybe it's an Ontario thing.
Do you know who should do a spear? People who played football.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck are you spearing
Braun
for?
Breaker. Okay, so the heel's begging off.
Which she's good at. Like, she just knows how to act. They're buying some time. Buy for the finish, right?
Oh, is that a crotch spot? No.
What
he's
was
grabbing
that?
the tights.
Is that a good choice for a family show?
Wait, is that it? No. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know where this is going. Wait, we gotta pause. So wait, the heel begs off.
That was confusing, yeah.
The heel begs off. She then tricks or tries to trick the baby face by like pulling the tights into some fashion, but they didn't really make it clear what she was going for. The baby face then suplexes her, and now the baby face is in jeopardy because the heels moved on her spear in the corner.
Buddy, it does not get any better. I did spoiler alert. I just watched what the finish was.
Okay.
It was a Kingsley botch. Kingsley fucked this up bad.
Let's play this. Let's not.
So where are we starting?
Further. I'm 14, at 1406.
Yeah.
And it looks like Kingsley's
no,
like
let's
on
go,
the top
let's go
rope
a little further. Let's go to 1401. Just go back.
Okay, 5 seconds. Okay. Wait. I gotta. So you missed the spear.
Yep.
Okay, 1401. I'm ready.
I'm started.
Ready? Go. Okay, so Kingsley's gonna go up for what this is.
It's
probably
awkward.
learned this at New Wave.
Sorry. Go back even further from the spear. The thing is, there's an awkward pause because Kingsley just had to do that little step up corner spot. She couldn't just like quickly roll her up like the heel she should be. She had to do something fancy now, didn't she? Right?
You're applying psychology at this point. There's no psychology.
Go one more time. I'm sorry. From 1351 or 50, whatever you got. Let's go through the whole finish and watch how Jody is waiting for Kingsley.
1350. Ready? Go. Okay. Suplex.
Yep.
And she doesn't sell the suplex. She just gets in position.
Power to the corner. Exactly. Okay. She's looking at her. She should roll her up right there. Why doesn't she? She has to do something
because
fancy.
Jody's got to get in position.
She was already in position. Well, it was Kingsley that had to do her fancy little move.
I'm not going to argue. I agree with you. I'm just saying what's happening. She was waiting for the right position, and then Jody puts her over.
Look at the three people in the front audience.
The three people in the front audience just seem to be smiling and laughing like it doesn't matter. Because I don't think it does matter. They didn't take it seriously.
Can we have as least time on camera as possible? Thank you. Can you take me off camera?
Here's the three fans, and
Look at this. That is disheveled.
A lot of chairs.
And Jody's not going to make an effort to be an audience.
Oh, and take a
face
swig
after
of beer
it.
for the working man.
No, she was frustrated with that. Kingsley waited like at least 2 seconds where she should just roll her up. Laziness because she had to be flashy at the end. No, you're a bad guy. You're cheating to win.
Well,
show it.
But this is
You don't have to be fancy about it.
The heels don't want heat anymore. They just want to do cool moves and be cool.
I hate her so much. I really hate her. I really do.
Oh well, that's gonna end this one on a downer. But we're out of material, and let's.
We're trying to make wrestling better. That's
here's
all
what we're
I
gonna
want.
say. Let's say this. Let's maybe not watch any more Kingsley matches, but if Kingsley wants to come on the podcast and talk about this, she's more than welcome to.
Of course.
Or maybe Mike Clark can come on and talk about why she's so great because I'm missing it. Yeah.
Buddy, I always paid her on time. Not necessarily the guys
she
that
gets
were
on
loyal
the
to
mic
me.
and sings.
Not to the guys that were loyal to me for 6 to 8 years of my life, but because she's a younger girl and I'm a pervert, I'm going to pay her right.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Fuck.
Anyway, that's going to wrap up the Cream Team podcast. As always, I'm Mr. Marvelous.
I am off. I'm off for 2 more weeks. I'm off all month, man.
Well, we'll see what happens with that because we're actually behind right now. So I don't know when this is going to get released, but it might be a week or 2.
Guys, I'm going off. I'm going to live a new life in a new province, and I won't be back until
you're going to get
August.
super over. Hopefully, you win the title.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
You can bring the title on the podcast.
We can have an interview with it.
And we're looking for maybe we'll review that match.
You called me a mark once for offering to cover.
Yeah,
my
because
match.
you can't offer to watch your own match, but now I'm offering to watch your match. But I'm not being serious.
All right.
No, we're not going to watch your match. That's stupid.
I guarantee it will suck, but it'll still be better than one single Kingsley match. I guarantee you that.
Will it have psychology?
Who are you talking to right now?
Can you do a belly to belly suplex?
Wait, I will be taller than the guy, so yes.
Or either you do it or you don't. Here's your job. You want to keep your job, you do it. It's people like me who work in the wrestling business, the Cream Team. It's just filth, lies, and cheaters. That's the way that company has been built on. How would you like to lie on the bed and have me perform oral sex on you? And I said, geez, that would be great.
This is not family entertainment.